Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 17th of January 2023. Thanks for joining me. I'm really happy I found the Bonfire Tarot today. I got these cards 10 years ago and I was on holiday in Israel. That's why specifically I remember. And I got these directly from the artist and I had some contact with her and a bit of back and forth, and she made another deck. And she put a version of me in those cards and she sent me the picture. It was such a fun experience. And I've always just adored these. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say about Tuesday the 17th of January. And what energy you'll be working with on this day. So let's have a look. Okay, first card is the Empress, the Ten of Wands, which has come up so often lately, and the Emperor. Wow. So that's interesting because the Ten of Wands is take a break. The burden you're carrying is too heavy. You're not making a lot of progress. It would be a good idea to just put things down for a minute, to take a breath, to kind of get your energy back, and then to focus and to continue on in a way that's more maintainable. Because the Ten of Wands is really about exhaustion. It's about passion and purpose, but it's almost too much of a good thing so that you kind of are stopped in your tracks because something has to give. There's just too much energy being burnt. And that's very interesting because both of these cards are very much about new beginnings. The Empress is Venus, so she's like the goddess of love and beauty and creativity. In the tarot, the Empress is the archetypal mother, the person who can kind of give life and watch it grow and nurture it and teach it and do all these amazing things that are required for kind of new beginnings, in essence. So we've even got the little embryo here. So she's very much about new life and about starting something new, which is the opposite of kind of being bogged down and stuck. And the Emperor does the same thing as the Empress. He's very much about leading and taking charge of situations. It's not so much about new beginnings, but it's about taking on a position within something that you're building and really having control of it and being able to make the rules and operating as an authority figure. So the Emperor is very much about the confidence, for instance, to start your own business. The Empress is the creative spark that says start your own business. So what I'm getting then is that we've got a major kind of conflict. You can't have the Empress and the Emperor, and then the middle between them, between this dynamic duo, we've got kind of burnout. So something may not be quite as it appears to be. You may get a lot of pushback, or you may feel there's some kind of conflict with other people and an unwillingness particularly to see your point of view. The message I'm getting is that if something is off, it's usually a good idea to operate in a way that allows for different points of view or different perspectives. And the main thing is not to be so certain of you being right. I've always got the sense when something kind of hits the wall like this, then it's really important to kind of pay attention and to possibly even reevaluate what you're doing rather than putting your foot down and insisting this is what we're doing. So these two are also very strong characters. If something is disconnected between them, then they're not going to be particularly involved in trying to understand the other person's point of view because they're too busy doing and creating and living their own purpose. So again, that's a message I'm getting, that there may be certain relationships in your life which feel exhausting, or you know, if you have a colleague or something and you've spoken about the same issue again and again and again, then on this day it could really get to the point where it's like, do you know what? I just don't feel the connection anymore. There's like now there's an impasse between us. Like something just isn't working, and it could come to a breaking point. So again, I don't think that this then is the day to hash things out, you know, to have a sit down and to go over things with a friend or a colleague or a family member or anything like that. I get the sense that it's much more important to kind of build bridges with people and to try and see it from the other person's point of view, instead of solely being concerned with what you've got on your plate. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the Empress, we can see that she has the world here in where her third eye chakra is. So she's really Mother Earth, I suppose. She's really the thing that gives life. We've got this cross in front of it. So I interpret that as the intersection of spirit with the physical. And oh, I love that. So she absolutely embodies all these loving energies of life, the creation and the support and the faith and the intimacy and all those wonderful things. So she's got all these stars in her hair. Well, to me, that simply says she's the best at what she does. And she does have all these things happening down here. We've got this fire. There seems to be some sort of a fruit. Then the number 8, which in numerology is strength and power. And then we've got 3 here via the Empress, which is communication and new beginnings. So she actually helps you with communication. And what the Empress allows you to do is to make a start in your own mind and to make plans and to get organized in terms of what you will do next. So the very beginning point of a new venture, you work out all the details, you get all the, I don't know, spreadsheets together, a business plan maybe. She's very good at all of that kind of, those kind of areas. So if you need to get organized in terms of what you're doing, the Empress really helps. And then if you're focusing on your own schedule or the things that still need to be ironed out or the things you want to start in future, then there isn't anyone else involved. So you're really cutting out the potential for conflict here. The 10 of Wands then is you are very passionate, but you're spread in so many different directions that you can only give of yourself a little bit. So 10% here, 10 there, 10 there, instead of having 1 or 2 things and then giving it your all, really. So that's not lacking. Combined with the Empress, you'll be able to make amazing plans for the future. And particularly, look at doing it in a way that's practical and realistic rather than overburdening yourself with all the things that you want to do. So if that's something that you struggle with, that you take on everything and then you have 0 time left and you're exhausted, this is a good day to make plans that are actually going to protect you a little bit. And then finally, the Emperor. We've got this eagle here, which is freedom, the crown. So he is in charge. He's the boss. He's passionate about what he does. So this is really someone who creates an empire out of nothing, who has so much conviction and strength and courage and confidence that he can build a kind of legacy. Now, that, again, isn't the kind of person I would look at and say, okay, are you going to back down? Are you going to see my point of view? Although what I've just noticed is that we've got the red flower and the white one, and here we've got the cross, which to me is the same thing. So this is passion, this is spiritual connection, same as here, the physical presence and the connection to something bigger. They're both perfectly balanced within themselves. So that underlines this point that what is it that you're planning, you're working on independently? Please look at that today. That's what's going to work. And don't worry so much about relationships that may feel like they're not going through the best patch at the moment. Or if something really burdens you, I get the sense that what's going to feel empowering and what's going to actually offer you a way forward are these 2 cards. So making plans for the future and getting that kind of hashed out for yourself, and then avoiding things that do drain you. particularly if it's relationships, because I don't think a lot of good will come out of it. Like I said, these two, I mean, as far as the Fool's journey is concerned, you could say they're mum and dad. Like the archetypal female and archetypal male. So you would say they do get on well together. I mean, they're a couple. Yes. But with the 10 of Wands in between them, I think this couple is having some problems on this day. So, with and the problems, they don't have a great outcome at the end, is my point. So focus instead on things that you can control, where you can move ahead, and I think you'll have a much easier time of it. Number-wise, we've got the Empress, that's 3, and 10 is 13, and the Emperor is 4, that's 17. 1 and 7 is 8, like it is here, and 8 is strength and power. So yeah, so that strength applies very well to your life purpose of what you're planning. It doesn't apply so well when it comes to mediation and seeing the other person's point of view. So I think this is very much saying use your power and your energy in a particular direction for best results. Okay, so that's what I get for you for Tuesday the 17th. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. And I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology in my personal readings. If you have any questions about your life purpose, relationships, what's coming up in future, where you live, we can look at your progress chart and your transits and your solar return chart, if it's around your birthday, to see what's coming up in future. If you want to look at the trends that are likely to work and the ones that are best to avoid. If you have any questions at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.